Hi, it's Ronnie, and welcome to the Paper Crafting YouTubers September Hop. I'm fully booked, so it's along the lines of books or school books or going back to school, however you want to take it. And I'm going to scrap these two photos of my son's youngest kids. He has one that has graduated, so these are their first day of school this year. And I'm showing the dies and everything that I plan on using and that's a pink fresh. That is not pink fresh. That is diamond press. And then the collection I'm using is pretty old. It's We Are Memory Keepers Hall Pass, and I still have quite a bit of it. And so I thought I'd go ahead and use it. It is a little on the grungy side, but I thought I haven't used that in a while, and I really love the collection. Um, there was a page of borders in there. Well, I think there's 4 pages of everything, but I cut out the borders, and then they had 6x6, and that's where that smaller back to school came from. Oh, I forgot to show this. This is cork paper from We Are Memory Keepers, and I used it for that bottom border there, and the picture wheel, and also the chevron arrows. And this paper, it had a whole sheet of lockers, and I have fussy cut them out and fussy cut them out over the years. I haven't never made a border with them, so I thought I'd make a border this time. And so every other one I'm putting on foam tape, and the ones that are going flat against the paper, I'm putting them straight, but the ones that are on foam tape, I'm kind of just angling them just a little to give it a little bit of variety rather than them all be on there straight, which they were when I cut them out to start with. So I wanted a little something different. Usually I just use them in clusters, but I thought, I think I'll do a border. And I liked it pretty good when it got done. And I will consider tucking my photos down into that border, but then I changed my mind and I will move them up just a little bit and use that little back to school kind of like a border all the way across, and for them to be up there with it instead. And there I was deciding, do I want to put them on here straight or do I want them on there at an angle? And angle's going to win out. The photos, like I said, are my grandkids' first day of school. Well, a couple were rock stars. They smiled for the photos really well, but then the other three, not so much. Hope even has her head and body turned the wrong way on one of these. And these were the best. She said she is sending the best. And one of them just had Landon and Charlie's legs. So I hate to think of what the others look like. But there is a bunch that are good. She sent quite a few. She said, I really struggled. I wanted you to have some good ones. And yeah, so I do have some good ones to scrapbook besides these, but I love these anyway, just because I can make a funny title out of it. Well, I don't know if they'll think it's funny, but it is two rock stars and three still working their way towards stardom, because other than Landon, they do end up smiling, well, sort of. And I don't know if he did or not, or is she missed sending a photo of him, or if he went back in the house and just quit the whole thing or what. I haven't talked to her and asked her, but because they've just started back this week. I have talked to her, but it was her birthday, so we were talking about her birthday. And then Malachi's was yesterday, and his party is Saturday, so I had to FaceTime him instead of just a regular telephone call. But not sure he understood exactly what I was talking about, but I'm sure he heard it all day long. Now, I love the chipboard with this collection. They don't have all that white on the outside, so I love that tag there. But they are very sticky, unlike some chipboard that you get. And I guess when I started to use some photo corners once and put them back in, and I guess one got laid on top of that somehow or another. And so it one thing about this paper, if something sticks to it when you go to pull it up, no matter what you do, it's going to tear the paper. So I covered that up with that little apple circle. However, I'm going to end up moving it before I'm done. I wanted that cork picture wheel on there really bad, and after I got that huge long title on there, I was having a hard time finding a place to put it, and it ended up back where I started out, but I still having a hard time. I did quite a bit of fussy cutting. I cut a bunch of books out, and of course I cut the lockers out, which were super easy. The books a little less, but they were still easy. So I am using them in a couple of clusters there. And some I put on foam tape and some I didn't. And there's ones that shows the binding, uh, the the back of the book with the name, and then some shows the paper and everything with it laying down flat. And so I'm mixing a couple of them in there, and I'm trying to get the colors right. One was green and would have fit perfect, but then the other book that was already fussy cut out was green. So I had to cut a book down and make it look like it was kind of tucked behind the other. I am putting my chevrons on there, and I know I got that one on there crooked. I am looking at it right now. I planned on putting it kind of a little bit crooked because of the two rock stars and all the other letters being crooked, but it don't look so hot after I got to looking at the video screen. So I will probably straighten that just a little bit. The others look pretty straight, and I wasn't working on getting them really straight, but they do look pretty straight. I thought about putting that one little thing, the test sample thing, but the whole background's the test sample thing. So I changed my mind and decided to make a tag to kind of tuck underneath the other tag and add some more color into the cluster. And since there was like that burgundy color around the apple, I thought I'd add that. And so I'm just tucking it in underneath there. And I made it where it kind of looked like it was going off the page, so I am clipping the bottom part off of it. And then I wanted the flare on there, and I was trying to figure out where to put it. I love flare, and I am so glad I remembered to put it in the tray. I started to just set the package over to the side, and like I normally do. And I thought, oh, I gotta just lay it where I'll be sure to see it. It and the chipboard too. I got managed to get both things on here. But I wanted to use that flare, and there's already two circle reinforcers, and I knew I planned on putting some enamel dots on here, which I forgot to show. And those are Gina Marie's. And before I take the photos after the video's ended, I will throw an extra dab of glue on each one of them because they do not stick very well, but they're a great price. They're like $2.25 for all of them. And those are the matte ones. So I really like the matte ones on certain pages. So I was glad that I found a place that has matte ones. And I ordered gray ones, and I thought for sure I'd use them a whole lot because they kind of remind me of stones. But I haven't found a layout to use them on yet. But I will. I will. Again, I put the splatters on my layout thinking I was done. And then I thought, well, I got two rock stars. So I need to put some stars on here. And I thought, but what color? Because I was going to use something out of the collection, is what I thought. And then I thought, notice the twine in the tags, and I thought, well, I could use that too. It is on the back to school, but that's kind of a faded black. It's not really gray at all, but it's a faded out black. So I thought, well, with the twine that color, I can go ahead and put some black on there. So I just used some American Crafts cardstock and punched them out with my EK Success Confetti Stars punch. That's a mouthful. But there's my completed layout. And isn't that tag cute? The one with the little test thing. And of course the background with the test thing too. I love that too. I just love this collection. And usually I save it for only high school kids. But I got a couple of the little ones in this layout. But I thought it'd be great for the back to school theme, and I made sure I had books on here. And they all love to read. I don't think there's any that don't, but that can read. The ones that are old enough to read, of course, they love getting read too. The little ones and the bigger ones are really good at reading to them. But that's it. That's my layout. If you leave a comment down there below, I'll try to get back with you. And if you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. And don't forget that down there below, you'll find the links to everybody that's doing the hop today. And they will all be using the same thing that I did, which was I'm fully booked. But have a happy scrappy week. Have fun on the hop. Bye.